building our web application. In this section we will help you understand the basics of express.js and we will explain you how to handle a request. After that we will show you how to work with parameters, how to handle forms, and how to add some styling to your application. At the end of this section we will show you how to implement authentication and how to test your code. Set up a hello world. In this video we are going to explain to you what Node.js HTTP server API is. We will explain you how to handle requests, and then we will explain you how to handle these requests within express.js. Let's go! Remember this piece of code from the previous section? This is very basic, low-level code to create an HTTP server. So basically, you can just require the HTTP library, then you create a server which accepts a request, and then you listen to a port. So when we execute this, and then we go to localhost, we get our hello world. But when we go to /Dino, for example, we still get hello world. Or when we go to /1, we still get hello world. That's because whenever we do requests to the server, we handle it with the same request handler. So let us adapt this code a little bit. Here we can define an empty array. Now we can define a handler. For example, on the path /answers, we define our handler's function. And we can also do the same for the about page. Great. So we have defined two different request handlers. So whenever we come to /answers, we execute this. When we come to /about, execute this. We can also define our homepage. Let's do that too. Great to have you here. Nice. Now, let us define if handlers. Then we ask of our request what kind of URL we have. And then when we have a match, we just execute this request handler and we pass request and response to the request handler function. Else, we just say to our end users, hello. We don't know. Now we can execute our code again. Now when we go to localhost 8080, you will see that he executes great to have you here. When we now, for example, go to /about, explain the request handler cycle. That's great, right? We go to answer, return some answers please. And when we type in bogus, you will see that hello, we don't know, bogus is not known in our request handlers array. This is great, right? We have written our first web application within Node.js. But of course, you know that this is really low level and not handy. Just use these low level APIs within Node.js. That's why, for example, there is express.js, a high level web API for Node.js. So first of all, let us install Express. And now let us start from an index.js file. Here we define a const express, and then we require express. Very important variable is our application variable. So we define our application variable by calling the method express. So far so good, right? Then of course we need to listen to a port, so we will listen to 8080, and when we are done with listening, we call a callback function. Now we can define app.get when we go to our homepage. Then you can have a request, response, send. You can go to our server.js file again. And then here we have great to have you here. So we copy paste this sentence in here. And we do the same for the other request handlers. Last thing that we need to do is to define the not found page. So when we don't have a match of all our previous URLs, we will match the wildcard. An asterisk is just everything. And then we will say, hello, we don't know. Request.url is not known. Now let's execute this code. Now we go to localhost 8080. And then we can go to about. And then we can go to, for example, 123. So we have the same functionality as before, but then with express.js. That's great, right?